Good morning. Here's Morpheus. We went for a little ride last night, testing out that DDC suspension. And of course, Neo, he's gonna get more work today, lots of work. RadGuard Australia. Oh, maybe I'll do the brakes. I gotta do body work, I gotta do the master. Let's see what else is left. Check out the Seattle tool table. Oh yeah, we got clip-ons from Woodcraft. We got sprockets, Ryan Industries. We got grips. We got case covers. We got chains, rear sets. Oh yeah. Oh, good morning. Okay, let's get to it. What I'm going to do today is we got GBRacing. This goes right here on the side of the tranny. We got case cover, protect, magneto cover for the left, and some frame sliders. GBRacing. I really like this stuff. It's really affordable. It does the job. You just replace it after you crash, and just keep going on. It's very simple, very simple. I got the rad fluid is still draining. Man, air just if you leave the rad cap off, the air just keeps coming out. So that's a good technique. These hoses sure are beautiful, huh? Let's start with the pulse cover. This is how you can get in there and adjust your timing on the crank if you needed to or whatever. First things, get it open. See, just got this nice plastic, lightweight. I really like lightweight, is important. Really affordable. Stuff doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. Comes with bolts, steel ones. But I have found that you can reuse the aluminum. They do get obviously stretched a bit, but nothing too bad. So we're taking out the top one right here. I also got ProBolts, came in my aluminum ProBolts. So because typically aluminum's one time, but you know, sort of, not really though. Depends how over tightened it was. I got my nice Seattle tool, of course, makes life simple, fast. Takes more time to film than it does to use my tools, obviously. Some Loctite. I wanted to show you guys my ProBolts here. They sent me. Yeah, they got colors. You can get any color you want. I could use these instead. I can match my sizes up. I'm actually going to use anti-seize because the aluminum don't stretch. So the anti-seize comes with your ProBolts. Put it on the threads. It's going to help it prevent from seizing and from backing out. So it kind of is like a little Loctite. I use it for that method as well. These orange is going to be, it's just beautiful. Tan torque. And my T-handle Allen from Seattle Tool. They don't take too much. It's all aluminum. Just kind of use that little wrist movement. Double check them all. Where's this even go? Like that. They come with the bolts as well. You need 3. Here's the GBRacing frame slider. It uses an Allen, so we're going to switch from Torx to Allen. Not too tight, not too tight. I didn't overdo it. Now it's an Allen, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to liberally apply lots of... I use this stuff for everything, it's just great. You got these sliders on. You can tighten this up, of course, I'm not doing that yet. And then that slides on, and then it comes with a little bolt. You use the pinch in the front, like this. And that's how you change the slider really quick. Just like that. We got your GBRacing frame sliders. Real lightweight. No weight added. We like that. Even better, instead of using that steel heavy bolt, I like to take my ProBolt aluminum and use that instead. Give it a nice, unique look. It's like the AMA Racing will think that's a camera. I've been accused of that before. It's like, what's that? When I was in New Jersey on the grid. I'm like, it's a frame slider. He's like, oh. So that just shows you like where the priorities are. So like I said, the antifreeze is dropped. So right now you can't even feel it. It's not even in the whole thing here.
Oh yeah.
It keeps dropping. Add some coolant boost. Your engine bolt. Now I'm just putting on simple stuff, plastic, lightweight, GBRacing, real affordable. It's gonna line up right like that, so we gotta take out a couple bolts. All these bolts on the BMW are aluminum, right? Stock. And so BMW will say you cannot reuse these in their manual or whatever. It's like you have to buy new ones every time, right? Because it's gonna stretch them, it's aluminum. But really, like, the torque on that was nothing. It was just hand torque. It's like, yeah. You could totally reuse them if you want. But don't. But yeah, but you can. So that's how they save weight on the bike, is all these aluminum engine bolts already. This one. The idea is when you stretch an aluminum bolt too, it's going to help it stay in place more, right? It's kind of like a way to lock it on. So I'm just reusing the aluminum bolts, right? As opposed to using their steels right here. Like, I don't want to add that weight. And really the force on the bolt, it would break the plastic sooner than that even. So I had a guy email me this morning and he's like, where are the results for AMA Pro Racing? So he obviously doesn't know what Moto America is. Somebody should really advertise that stuff, right? On social media, that would really help. So what did I answer? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, so now when we torque them, it's all by hand, it's aluminum, right? So it's all by hand, 10, 15 foot-pounds. I'm not using any leverage at all. So most of my leverage is as much as I can do by squeezing it with a sore wrist even. You go around the circle until my hand starts to slip on this little thing. That's pretty much 10, 15 foot-pounds. That's it. Okay, so we got our stock rear sets, right? And one of the concerns with the 2015 BMW is this frame design. The bolts are now going through and connect on the back. And of course, if you crash and this breaks your frame, you are very sad. It's going to be a horrible day. So I talked to Attack about this, and in their design, the peg should break right here. This piece is really soft and can bend as well, the bracket attachment. And the bolt holes are not too big, so we're going to change it up for the tack because, you know, you just can't use stock. You can't adjust it, it's too low, it's not going to work. So there is a risk factor with this, but I'm sure the frame will survive. It just seems kind of sketchy. People have concerns about it, but I don't know of any personal case of anyone who has a problem. But then again, nobody owns this bike on the track. It's not too heavy either. Much nicer. Very good. Okay, we're using these same bolts, but we're going to use Loctite. You have to use Loctite. This stuff. You'll always lose your rear set. Just a nice wrist torque. Of course, we have the Loctite, so it's not about too tight. Just tight enough. So I'm just using a little wrist movement, and that's it. Now, of course, I'm racing and I drag peg all the time with my lean angle. So I'm going to change the height on this to as high as it goes. Which is going to crap my knees up, unfortunately, and so I got to figure out to raise the seat. They already have Loctite on them right from Attack. They always pre-assemble, but now we got to redo the Loctite. I have the room with like kickstand too. Hopefully I don't throw a code or something, you know, like because the bike only starts when the kickstand's up, right? So that wasn't really an issue on my first bike. I had to like rewire this one wire. We had a little trouble removing the kickstand here. If I get this out of the way, this plug. So I take the screwdriver, I go flat turn, and then it still doesn't want to come off. So what I was doing was I was trying to push this thing at the same time. You have to turn it at the same time as you do it because it releases it even more. Like you can't just turn the tab and pull it out. You gotta. Anyway, so now while we're going, let's see if the bike starts or is it just unplugged, or is it gonna be like we're not starting because the kickstand's down. Right now it's down, but it should start. Clutch in, no start. Okay, so we have an issue. So I figured it out. You remove the piece off of the kickstand and zip tie it out of the way. And that was the solution. Oh, that's tight. I don't want, remember they had a recall on this before. People losing their kickstand. Not too heavy. It's pretty lightweight for kickstand. Man, they're just really good with these stock bikes. They're doing great work. So we're removing the shifter link. Just pull back this rubber. Pull back the rubber. See if you can see this. I'll go left-handed just for you guys. Remove this. I already broke it. You definitely got to use Loctite on this stuff. You will lose your shifter if you don't. Guaranteed. It's happened before. Even on a street bike, it seems to be locked together. Interesting. Oh, it's got a lock washer. It's got a lock. That spacer's gonna go up. Lock into like there's a washer. Okay. And get some AMSOIL grease for that washer. So it's gonna hold it in. Finally moving up in this world. Beautiful. Oh, I hope I have the spacers. I don't know, I need the spacer. Oh no. Oh, we got one spacer. Hope you got the other in there. Yes! Yes! She's awesome! I was getting worried. Spacer! Spacer! Yes! Success! I removed the cover, your sprocket cover. And of course the kickstand, and here's the attack that's going on. I'm obviously going to need a seat and we'll kind of adjust my height and distance. To adjust the height, I was obviously using the threads on the quick shifter rod. And anyways, so this piece, you got to keep in mind, is this kind of as a guide for the chain. It's going to help it not fall off. I think it's a good idea to keep it on. And so I got my ProBolts and just throwing stuff on here. So because it's aluminum going into aluminum, I'm going to still use my anti-seize on there. And of course I'm going to use my Loctite as well, because these bolts don't get used too often. That's funny. Okay, alright, so I got my attack on the shifter side and here's the brake side. I know it looks kind of funny right now, doesn't it? But let me finish torquing her up here. So, Robert, what do you got in your hands there?
These are RadGuards.
That's right. Let's make sure you're in focus, actually. RadGuard Australia oil cooler, and we're gonna put them on the Beamers.
Excellent.
This is Radiator Guard, obviously, and your oil cooler guard. Very nice quality, really lightweight, aluminum. It's got nice welds, just looks great. And the most important thing is when you follow your friends on your motorcycle and they shoot a rock at you, they're not going to take you out and leave you on the side of the road. I'm sure they'd turn around and come back for you, but then they'd be like, oh, I'm going to get somebody's truck now, and it ruins everybody's ride, not just yours. So what we're going to do is you pretty much put her in here and you slide it up, and these two bolts, we pull them out, we loosen them out. We're going to pull the lock pins, and we remove the bolt, a few threads to create the extra gap, and then it's just going to hook underneath the bottom. It just hooks up on, and then you put on the lock pin, and it's really that easy. Okay, so you see right here, you pretty much, if I leave my hand away, you just pull it. It's pretty easy. If it doesn't pull, and there's a one washer here, so obviously there's a gap there. So we want to increase that gap. So it's a Torx. It's a tough reaching spot. I get my Seattle tool. Just loosen it up a little bit. We're just going to create more room. Let's see, we should be a little more than that. And then the other side. Okay, so here is on Morpheus. I got myself a longer extension. Remove this overflow bottle because it's kind of in the way. There. Okay. Now that's the way. So then I'm pretty much sliding this thing up on the bottom. It should fit nice and flush. And the top should just have enough room on this piece of crappy plastic in the way. This 2015 has some plastic in the way. I have to trim that. Yeah, I think we have to trim the plastic. Okay, so that's something different than the previous gen. Okay, we got a halt on the 2015 is different. Hey guys, okay, so I came to a little complication. The radiator has this big piece of plastic that sits out here, and that was blocking my pickup for the fork stand to pick up into the triple with like a pit bull stand to change the forks or whatever. You know, not only are the brake lines got to be moved out of the way, but that plastic gets in the way. And it also got in the way for the RadGuards. The RadGuards only got in the way a little bit on the edges, but for all purposes, I just cut it right off with the Dremel. And now I got to sand it to make it a little cleaner. I'm just going to clean it up a bit. Yeah, that works really well. Over the top of the plastic. It's working now. Just circle it in. Like that. Don't need the washer. Like that. So the circlip's not going to fall out. It's nice and tight. Put in the circlip. Tighten down. Okay guys, let's move on to the oil cooler. So here you have it, very simple. Hooks on the top this time. So, very easy. Just find the center. And then we just use some zip ties, that's it. Super easy. Oh yeah, let's not forget about this too. The overflow. There we go. It's all twisted up. There we go. This goes through the front. This slides on the top, just like that. So, I got this guy on too, and let's put on the lower. Okay, so I gotta put on the clip-ons now, which means I gotta drop the forks, which means I gotta use a front stand, move the brake line out of the way remove the bolt if you haven't already. Huh. That doesn't work for that. be upside down. Move. Oh, that's easy. Remove this control unit from the handlebar. Okay, so I'm going to remove the clip-on. I got to lower the fork leg to get the stock clip-ons off, and that's why we don't use stock clip-ons, because if you brake on the track, you have to drop the fork to change it. Okay, I got a really good tip for you guys. How do you separate the throttle from that? If you look on the inside, on the one part it's connected, right? You just flip that piece up and then pull really hard, and so pretty much this piece here, I don't know if you can see that. That piece there, that tab, needs to be flipped up. And then they separate, so the screws I removed and everything was no point. There was no point to removing these little screws. They didn't change a thing. I want to show you that it's a perfect fit on the aftermarket bars. So this is going to be here, and it's tight. It's good. It works well. And these bolts, I don't know if they have anything to do with it or not. They just seem to. It still moves. It's just really good. So I need to get a grip on here. I got some grips, because I don't want to use the stock grips. Nobody likes that stuff. And then I can use some grip glue. And then along there, I'll get the grip glue out. To the throttle side. So pretty much you unplug the throttle. The quick turn throttle, or whatever, the electric throttle, and then you remove the one cover. You remove one bolt and then remove the cover. It kind of just snaps off. And you need your long little Torx. The Torx 10. And now I'm removing this one center bolt. I'm trying to get it off the clip-on, of course. It's just figuring it out as they go. It's a little tricky for sure. Don't lose your bolts. So now the back can come off. And now I have access to the bolt that holds the plate on of the whole thing, the whole throttle. And remove the bolt, and now presto. Remove. And that's that electronic throttle.